Let's roll.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the DNA Design Studio Series 32 and 35 Upgrade Kit. So here we are, and there it is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So at the front here, we have some lovely artwork of Prime combined with Jetfire DK11 SS3235 Upgrade Kits. On the side of the box, we have Prime. On the other side of the box, we have Prime. Up top, DK11. On the bottom, things, warnings, things, stuff, and things. On the back of the box, we have your obligatory product shot here. You have the rundown of everything that is in the box. A little picture there of the upgraded combination. This product doesn't include SS32 and 35. Boo! I thought they would both fit in this little box. And that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have the upgrade kit for Studio Series Prime and Jetfire. And this kit is pretty much 99% for the combined mode. The only real upgrade Jetfire gets is just a new pair of posable hands. So you get a pair of those, and you get a bunch of other stuff, which again is more for the combined mode than anything else. We get a new little cockpit section here. We get these pieces. We get these pieces. We get some foot pieces, we get some pointy pieces, we get a little gun here, we get a big gun here, we have, you get two of these. I already have one installed because I was doing a test run on this kit, but you get two of these. These are new hip pieces for Jetfire, which add just one extra step in the transformation. These new little wing pieces here, some more wing pieces, you get this bit right here, you get this little bit right here, and you also get some hardware, and yeah, so let's show off how all this installs. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to swap out Jetfire's old hands for these nice new, beautifully painted hands. Look at that. That's night and day right there. That just makes a world of difference. And the hands are very easy to swap. It's just on mushroom pegs. So you just get a little leverage there, and just pop them off. Yeah, like so. And just pop the new hand on. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And we just do the other one here. Just get a good grip on it. Yeah, there we go. Pop that new one on. Yoppa! There you go. Now Jetfire has his brand new hands. We'll go a little bit more into detail there when we get into robot mode, but you can see those nice new hands going on there. So that part's done. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to swap this cockpit section here. Now here is a new cockpit section. As you can see, it does have all the markings on it that the original one had. Well, minus the yellow dots, but otherwise you can see it matched everything up pretty well. It also has these little gap fillers, which are packed separately. You just pop those in. That's pretty easy to do. But all you gotta do here is just remove the existing cockpit section here, and we do have to do a little bit of disassembly because we're going to be swapping out this little tip here. So just take a screwdriver and just undo that like so. Just pop that out and then just place it onto the new one. And the kit does provide its own little screws here, and we just pop that in. And these are very tiny screws, very little screws, tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Get that in place. Come on. Get that in place. And there we go. And then we screw! We screw. There you go. You just tighten that. And there you go. And we'll just do the other one real quick. This ain't going to take much time. And we just swap the parts. Swap the parts. And that one, oops, wait, no, wait, what are we doing? There we go, we're on over here. I almost put it right back on the same one, because I'm a dumb head. It's okay. It's alright. It happens. I have my moments. Pretty often, but I have them, you know. Hey. Let me just do that. Boop. And there we go. There we have the new cockpit section there, and now we just pop this on Jetfire, and there you go. And now that is all ready to go. So now the next thing we're going to do is some hip replacement surgery. Now, as I said earlier, I did already replace one of them because I did a trial run with this kit beforehand. So that's the new one with the silver thruster there. This is the original one. So we're going to change this one out now. It helps if you just rip Jetfire in half and rip off the legs. Makes life a lot easier, a lot less stuff in your way. So what we are going to do here is just kind of bring all this down. We want to bring his hip out here, just have everything out in the open like so. So the first thing we need to do here is, well, first we need to bring this section up, get that out of the way also, and we're just going to undo these 3 screws right here. 1, 2, 3. So we're just going to undo all of these, and once we've done that, so we can now just kind of take all this apart. Going to remove this. We're keeping this, obviously, but we're getting rid of that. And we are also removing this section here. So we're removing both sides of the hip, like that. And we're keeping this portion here with the wing and the tail fin. So just wiggle all that out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Pull that out like so. And what happened? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That actually broke off. Okay. That actually broke off. That was supposed to... Okay. Give me a second to fix this off camera. Alright, I got that out. There you go. That just broke off in there. Good thing I'm not using this anymore. Alright. Makes life a little easier there. It's okay. So we're keeping this. There we go. So here is the new one right here. And we just... undo the screws here, like so, and we split this apart. And what's going to happen here is we are, which way are we going? I always get a little confused here. We are going here. There we go. So this piece is going to slide on there, and this gets its own screw now. And they supply their own, which I just dropped. Come here. There you go. So you're going to be using these screws right here, which have a little brim. That's what I call it. So we're using that. And that is going there. Like so. And dropping. I'll get this. I swear. I'll get it. Get that a little tighter. There we go. There we go. That's better. Yeah, make sure that's nice and snug. Not too snug, but just snug enough. Make sure you just got just the right tension there. So it's not too loose, but not too tight either. There we go. That's perfect. So basically what we're going to do is just replace everything. So this will now go right there. And obviously we're going to take the hip, put that back on. That's not his hip, that's his leg. This is his hip. And just sandwich all this back together like so, with all the new parts and bits and pieces and odds and ends. Like so. And then what do we do? I'll tell you what we do. We screw! And there we have it. He's an old man, so you know. Need new hips eventually. So, there we go. We replaced Jetfire's hips, and now this portion here has that extra hinge there for the combine mode, and now that can swing out. And we'll get more into that when we actually get into combine mode. There you go. And that's all the installation that has to be done here with the upgrade kit. So now, let's talk about storage. Alright, so let's talk vehicle mode storage. So here we have Jetfire in his jet mode with his new bits and pieces and odds and ends. And as far as his landing gear cane goes, that still plugs in the exact same way. You have that little tab right there. So this works just like the original. And that just fits in there nice and snug like. You just push that in right there, and that works just as it did on the original. Let me just get his head pop back in place there. So that works out beautifully. So that still works as it did on the original. We have this bit right here, and this is going to plug right into this notch right back here in the back of the jet mode. So it just plugs in just like that, and that just plugs in like so, and that is how that stores. You get these wing pieces right here, and these are going to store underneath the jets. And how this works is you're going to take this, you can see there's this big square peg here, and this is going to plug in right in this notch right here in the back of his foot, and that just plugs in like so, and like so. No friction on. You can see the new hands under there. Everything transforms exactly as it should when you're going back into jet mode, so nothing changes as far as the transformation goes. So those pieces plug in right under there. And as far as his axe goes, his axe gets this new piece right here, and this is so his new hands can hold the axe properly. And this just slides on like so. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So you got that going on, and this just, my camera will focus, that just rotates down like that, and just plugs in right where it did originally. Ducks in all nice like so. So that's where that goes. And the last bits here are these pieces right here, which again are more for the combined mode than anything, as is the majority of this kit. And these will just tab on to these tabs right here. So you actually need to bring up Jetfire's head again. So these tabs right here on either side will go into these slots right here. So we just grab them and just push that on. Oops. And then tab the other one in like so. Keep everything together. And again, get Jetfire's head back in place, get all that pushed back in, and that gives him some extra wings right up there. That looks pretty cool, actually. I like that. But there you go. There you have everything stored on Jetfire. Now, there's still more. There's still more pieces, and those go to Optimus Prime. Speak of the Prime and he shall appear. But here we have Studio Series 32 Optimus Prime in his truck mode, and he gets to lug around the rest of the kit. So how this works is, first thing we need to do is we need to take this big gun here. You can see it has this big rubber little hose piece here, and this will plug in right there, and that's all we're going to do for now. It just needs to stay there because now we need to take these combined mode knee pieces, which for some reason, this one is nice and clean and shiny, and this one looks like it's been dragged through the, drug across the pavements, which I don't know what happened there. That's weird, but okay, whatever. He has a battle damaged knee pad. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway. These are going to plug on to the bottoms of his feet right there. And these are quite snug, so just, yeah, give them a little push down. And this is why you're plugging this in first, because once this is in place, you can't really get this under here to plug it in. So you just want to plug that in first. So we do that on both sides, like so. Yes, get that pushed in, get all nice and squozen. And we got that going on. So now we're going to take these pieces right here, and they get one of these little pointy bits. And these just go up into that wedge right there, and this tab will go into that slot right there. So that just plugs in like so, and we do the same thing on the other side here. Just wedge that in there, and that just tabs in like that. So we got that going on. And then the next thing we're doing is we're taking these new foot pieces, and there is a little tab here, a little slot there. There's no actual friction. They don't actually hold together, but it's just kind of, I guess, a guide more than anything. So what's going to happen here is that these tabs right here are going to go into these slots right there. So you just kind of line that up and just kind of get that wedged on like so. And that is how that sits. And now we can take the gun, and this will just tab in right there. This tab is a little too big for the slot, and you can kind of see a little bit of stress there on that slot, but it's okay. And that just wedges on like so, and you'll probably undo everything else in the process, because if anything moves, it tends to knock things out. Because again, this is kind of a... Just get that wedge in there. There we go. There we go. So we got that going on. And then we can take this gun right here, and we can just plug this onto this side, like so. We can take his regular gun, and that can plug in onto the other side. And there you go. Now you have Prime with the rest of the upgrade kit stored on him, like so. Things got knocked out of whack, whatever, I don't care. But you get the idea as far as how the rest of the kit stores on Optimus Prime. So, there you have that. And here we have Jetfire in his robot mode. And again, everything transforms exactly the same way. Nothing is altered as far as his transformation into robot mode goes. And we'll get in close here. We can see we have his new hips going on, and his hips, they work exactly as the original ones did. And now he has these nice new posable hands. And you have a hinge at the thumb that allows it to rotate here, and you also have a hinge right there. And the fingers now have a hinge at the base as well as a hinge right there. So we have some nice posable hands here. Of course, they can rotate. And you can now hold his weapon more properly, and this is where this extra piece comes in, because now we can take this and plug this into the port in his hand, like so. Get that in there. Come on. There we go. Get that in there. Give it a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And now we can actually wrap his fingers around it, wrap his thumb around it, and now he can hold his axe properly. And that looks wonderful. And we can give him his landing gear cane, and that just plugs into his palm, just like it did on the original. But now he can actually wrap his fingers around that as well. And now you can hold that in a much more natural pose, and that looks great. I love it. I love it. Now we can store some of the upgrade parts on Jetfire. Not all of them, just some of them, like these wing pieces here. We can store, and you can see here on the wing we have these 1, 2, 3 tabs right there, and there are 3 slots right here, and you just line those up. Let me raise up so you can actually see what's happening. And you just line all that up like so. And do I have the wrong one on? Wait, I think I have the wrong one. There we go. I had the wrong one. My bad, my bad. There we go. That just plugs in like that. And then the other one plugs in to this side like so. Again, just make sure you got everything lined up just right. There you go. So you have those plugged in right there. And you can also store these on him. And what you do here is we raise this up. And what's going to happen here is you got this little hook tab right here that's going to go in there. And then this tab is going to go into this slot right here. So you just work that in, tab that in, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Then, oops, tab that in like so, and then we just bring that down like that. There you go, and that's how those parts store on Jetfire. And this is pretty much all they show of as far as storing any of the other parts on Jetfire. Like this base, they don't say anything about. The parts that go on Prime say nothing about robot mode storage. This is pretty much all the robot mode storage they show you in the instructions. So there you have that. Alright, so let's get down to the main event of the evening, the nitty and the gritty, the meat and potatoes of this upgrade kit, and that is the combine mode. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to take Jetfire, rip him apart, and take his parts. Just take what we need from him, so be right back. Sweet! Primus, he's dead. Okay, so we have that right there. And we need, of course, this nose cone section. Now, on the original figure, the nose cone, you would detach from this point here. This is where you would detach it from normally, but this new section now actually detaches from here. So now you have shorter, more proportioned shoulder pads here for the combined mode. So we pretty much have everything we need. So we have this back section here transformed back into jet mode, because we need to show off how this is going to work, because we have a bit of a different transformation going on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these hip sections, we're just going to bring them down like so. We're going to take these sections, the hips, and rotate them downward like that. We're going to take these wing sections here, bring them up, and now we have a new hinge here that allows us to bring these out like so. They will swoop into place. And do the same thing on the other side. Just bring that up and swing that out. It will swoop into place like that. And then we can bring this back out like so. So we got that going on. So now we're going to undo this section here. And this is going to rotate around and swing around like that. And that's how that's going to sit now. And what we do here is we bring in these new wing pieces, and they just tab in, just the way they tabbed in when we stored them for robot mode. So that one tabs in right there. Again, you got the 3 tabs, 3 slots, just line everything up. Easy peasy, lemon and squeezy. And those just tab on right there, like that. So we got that going on. And now we bring in this piece right here, and this piece is going to wedge in right under here, under these sections. So just go right under there, like that, and just give it a nice push. It does take a bit of effort. Let's push that in. There we go. That'll snap into place, and we have that going on. So now we have the newly configured backpack all ready to go. So what we do with Prime here to get him prepped, as usual, we just take the feet, rotate them up, and we're going to take his backpack here, and all of this is going to come undone, and just bring this up. We do still need these little pieces right here, these little hooks, so we need to swing those out like so. Just kind of get his arms out to the side. It helps if you bend him over. It does help if you bend him over here. This is going to get a little awkward, Prime. It's going to get a little awkward for you, but don't worry, buddy. We're going to get through this. So anyway, as usual, these hooks are going to go right where they did originally, right there in those tabs. But now, this section here, this is actually going to loop over this front grill area here. So, oops. So we're just going to take this, and this is just going to slide up like so. And then we just get those little hooks into place on either side, like that, and like that. There we go. So we got that going on. So these pieces can just swing down. Now these are now upside down, but they'll still attach to him. So let me just get that together like so. And again, it's not connecting upside down, but it can still connect. Let's get that in place. Oh, come on. Of course, because the camera's on. Because the camera's on, now everything wants to fight me. Such is the way it always is. Come on, man. I've done this so many times, and it always works perfectly. There we go. There we go. So now that's how that connects there. So what we're doing with all of this here is all of this is going to swing around. These bits are just going to, you're not gonna rip them off. That's not what you're doing. That's not what we're doing here. We're just gonna rotate these around like so, so they're sitting straight and flat. Rotate that around, so it's sitting straight and flat. And this section here will just come down like it is for truck mode, That's going to sit right there like that, and everything will just tab in right there. So there we pretty much have the new backpack going on, and we'll just leave them sitting down there for now, because now we want to get these legs situated here. So again, as usual, we're just going to bring this down like so. Bring this around, bring that down, and we'll bring Prime back in, and all this will connect as it always did. Dab in right there. Dab in right there, and tab in, and tab in, like that. So now, what we're going to do here is we are now going to bring in these pieces, and these pieces are going to replace these pieces right here. So these bits are going to get ripped off, and these are just on a mushroom peg, so you just get a hold of them, give them a good pull, and they should, come on, pop right off. Wow, I just smacked the camera. There you go. Sorry, it's a little bit of hazard here, a little bit of hazard. Are you okay? Did you feel that? I'm sorry about that, but anyway. What's going to happen now is we're going to use... Oh, man. Anyway, what's going to happen here is this is going to clip onto that mushroom peg now, and this post will plug in right there on the side of his leg. So this just comes down like so. We'll clip in, and that will just peg in right there like so. So we have that going on. And now we're going to bring in new knee pad here. And this will just tab in right into the bottoms of his feet and just push those on like so. And we got that going on. And there is one more piece here that goes on his hip. We bring in this piece right here, and we have a little slot right there that will go onto this tab right here on his hip. So we just line that up like so. Just get that tabbed in like so, and there you have that. So second verse is just like the first. Alright, so we got that done, and dang near killed everybody in the process, but we got it done. So now we have these new toe pieces here, and these are just going to slide over the existing feet right here. They just slide right over, and you just push them down. They click into place, and you just, again, just slide that over, and they'll click into place. And now he has nice new toesies that look a lot more accurate. So we got that going on. And we have some other little touches here. We have these bits, which are just going to plug in over these sections here. Well, one works better on one side than the other. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. So we got that going on right there. Of course, now we bring in the new shoulder pads, and these work exactly as the original ones do. They just tab in right here to his shoulders like so. You can also use that little hinge there and kind of bend them in a little bit. Get a little bit of something extra going on if you want. Well, tab that on like there. And just get everything situated here. And we're almost done. We're at the home stretch. We have this new little gun here. This just plugs in onto his forearms, like so. And then we have right here the BFG. And this will just plug into his hand, all underslung like. And this is quite snug. You can get that in there like that. And what you do with this is this just comes around, and this will just plug in right up in this area here. And And of course, wants to fight me. Why? Because the camera's on. That's why. There we go. That just tucks in right in there, like so. And I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Woo, we're done. And there you have the upgraded Prime Jetfire Combine Mode. And that looks awesome. That looks so much better. So much cooler. And yeah, definitely gives it an extra little bit of screen accuracy. And I do quite like that. I think that's really well done. I really dig that. I think this really works very, very well. In my opinion. I love it. I love it. We'll get in close here. You can kind of see how these new bits work out. And again, just adds a whole bunch of extra detail. And a bit more accuracy there to the overall look. And it works. It works out very well. You got the BFG there, which is nicely painted. Overall, works out. Works out very, very, very well in my opinion. Now, articulation-wise, I mean, some things are hindered. Obviously, the shoulders are hindered by the shoulder pads here. The legs, I mean, still get some movement out of them. You can still get an E-bend and all that stuff there. But obviously, it loses a bit of posability when you have everything combined. But all in all, though, it is a definite improvement over the stock combined mode. And yeah, definitely an upgrade. And of course, you can have him holding the axe, or you can have him using the Jetfire BFG. So if you want him dual-wielding giant guns, hey, you can do so. As always, your toy. Display it however you wish. So there you go. So there you have the upgrade kit for Studio Series, Optimus Prime, and Jetfire. And this is a nicely done kit. It definitely does what it sets out to do. And I personally think it does it very well. Now, here's the long and short of it. This upgrade kit is really made just to upgrade the combined mode. The only upgrade that the individual figures get is just some new posable hands for Jetfire. That's the only real upgrade that happens as far as the individual figures go. The other 99% is purely to facilitate the combined mode, and that's what this kit is for. So if you care that much about the combined mode, then this is something you might want to look into. If you don't really care about the combined mode, then this is probably an easy pass. Unless you want those new hands for Jetfire. And honestly, I could see a few people actually buying this kit, keeping the Jetfire hands, and then selling off the rest of it. Like, I honestly could see people doing that, because the new hands are a nice touch. But either way, this is a very well done, very solid upgrade kit. So there you go. Now, if you would like this or any of DNA Design's other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the DNA Design Studio Series 32 and 35 upgrade kit. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face.